Yo, what up? What's poppin'? Back at it again with another video for y'all. Just wanna chat with y'all and I just wanna give my take on this particular subject. This is another video about hip hop. This is the music that we all know and love. This is the music that we all enjoy. And I just want to give my take on this particular subject. What I want to discuss with y'all, and I know I've discussed this with y'all before about rappers selling their soul to the devil for the money and the fame. I want to give my take on rappers that sold their soul. So when it comes down to a rapper wanting to become famous, wanting to get rich, wanting to get wealthy, wanting to get out of the hood, I mean, like I was saying before, some people, like when it comes down to their dreams, some people will do just about anything for their dreams. And what is that? Selling their soul, like I mentioned in my other video that I did before. So yeah, my take on rappers that sold their soul. To all the rappers out there that have sold their soul, I mean, depending on the, a lot of these rappers are pretty much like in situations that they don't even want to be in. Just like a Little Xan. You notice you don't really hear anything about Little Xan anymore. Little Xan, it seems like Little Xan is like in a bad position. I mean, with him selling his soul and then for him to also say that Tupac makes boring music, it pretty much fucked his career up. You know what I mean? He had people that were like, I think like they were like trying to jump him at a gas station or approached him the wrong way and he was going off about it. But for him to say that about Tupac, it pretty much fucked his career up. I mean, all of these new school rappers, these mumbled rappers, because just like Lil Yachty, he was saying something that Drake is better than Tupac, and then he was saying something that Biggie is overrated. Like, these new school rappers is something else. And I'm not dissing Little Xan, but I'm just saying, like, Little Xan is one of those rappers that sold his soul to the devil, and he's in a bad position. He's in the most terrible position that he could ever be in. And that's the thing about it, to all my fellow subscribers, like half of y'all favorite rappers, like your top 10 list, half of them sold their soul too. I mean, there's rappers in my top 10 that have sold their soul. And you see, that's the thing about it. Sometimes when you sold your soul, I mean, it just depends on the situation. But you see, when you sold your soul, like a lot of times, you be in a position that you don't want to be in. Like I was saying before, for rappers that are on a major label, they sign these contracts, they be on these major labels, and they be wanting to speak up about certain topics that they can't even speak up about. Like, as a major label artist, they're pretty much like a slave to the label. They got to do whatever the A&R tells them to do. And that's another thing about these A&Rs. These A&Rs be trying to change these artists. You know what I mean? But you see, when it comes down to like the OGs that sold their soul, you know what I mean? Cause that's another thing too. And I want to give a shout out to my man Grizzy Hendrix, because I know Grizzy Hendrix, he did a song about this called What If Eminem Was a Nigga? Because I mean, Eminem mentioned in one of his songs, Say Goodbye Hollywood, he mentioned that he sold his soul to the devil. But you see, with Eminem raps about, like, ever since Eminem first came out, like when he came out with his major label freshman album, the Slim Shady LP, Eminem's been controversial ever since. Yeah, Eminem has been controversial ever since, and he's been outspoken ever since. He's been able to, rap about whatever he wants to rap about ever since he first came out. But you see, that's the thing about it. What if Eminem was black? What if Eminem sold his soul to the devil as a black rapper? Would they let him be outspoken? Now, and I'm just saying, because I mean, you got like a lot of outspoken black rappers. For example, Jadakiss. I mean, Jadakiss. They said that the verses that where was like the Locks versus somebody. They said that with the verses, they said that Jadakiss had killed it. You see, and I'm just being logic with y'all. I'm just stating an example. Sometimes you can be in a decent situation and sometimes you can be in a terrible situation. Most of the time when rappers sell their soul, they end up in a terrible situation. When you sold your soul to the devil for $1 million, a lot of times you're gonna be in a bad situation. And just like YK Osiris has said in one of his videos, and I want to give a shout out to him too. I want to give a shout out to YK Osiris, like he did in his video where he was explaining that the music industry is evil, where he was saying that this comes from the devil. God don't like the fact that like artists are in the music industry, which is facts. He wasn't lying. And just like he did another video where he was like explaining, saying that as soon as you sign a contract, as soon as you sign the contract, you sold your soul. And that's another thing. And in these biopics, just like in the NWA biopic Straight Outta Compton, and just like in the New Edition biopic, the New Edition story, they didn't read the contract. But you see, with Ice Cube's situation, Ice Cube, he was like a logic dude. He was logic enough to understand that with none of them knowing what like with the paperwork, with the legal stuff mean, they don't know what none of that means. And it's always a good idea to get a lawyer before they sign anything, like in other words, before they sell their soul, because just like YK Osiris has stated, as soon as you sign a contract, you sold your soul. So yeah. But yeah, that's my take on rappers selling their soul. I mean, really, in this day and age, as a rapper, when you sell your soul, a lot of times you're going to end up being in a situation that you don't want to be in. The industry is going to do everything in their power to control you and to destroy you. They're going to give you all of the materials to destroy yourself. When you sell your soul. I mean, there's nothing wrong about wanting to get rich and wealthy, but to get rich and wealthy, don't think that it's worth it to sell your soul, because it's not. It's not always worth it. Like you got rappers that are like in the most terrible position that they could ever be in. To get rich and famous, you do not have to sell your soul. I just wanted to give my take on this because I've spoke about this a few times before, but I wanted to give my take on it. Just wanted to share this video with y'all. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on my channel, comment, share, and my new song, Kobe Bryant. It's on my YouTube channel, and it's also on my SoundCloud. Follow me on SoundCloud at Wally G. Let's run it up. Let's blow it up. Love y'all.